Northwest.
Airlift, you know.
How you doing? All right?
Not too bad, you?
Once you've acclimatised, I'll talk you through this. There you go.
Wow, a trunk.
A trunk, yes, but not any old trunk. So this is American, and it was made right at the time when people were crossing the plains by wagons. She'd have bought this and a great big gun. That's what I'd have bought, yeah. I mean, it's got that fantastic leather top. Isn't that cool?
Oh, I know, it's all patterned. Oh, well done.
Love that.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I know. It's got the maker's mark there.
Oh, wow.
Now, that's on the top, which makes me think that that's the original interior.
This American trunk is a rare survivor from the late 19th century, when the town of Cuyahoga Falls in Ohio was a stopping point for thousands of European immigrants moving from the eastern seaboard and on towards the Wild West. Settlers used the Cuyahoga firm of Brainerd to buy leather saddles, harnesses and suitcases for the arduous journey. This simple trunk was lockable to protect valuables and clothes on the move, and waterproofed with a layer of decorated coal tar.
So it's got this wonderful, simplistic, almost a folk arty look to the top. If you can clean that up, repair the lock cover.
These lock covers were strapped in across the bottom here. That would have been strapped down to a buckle there.
Mm-hmm. The rest of it is down to your interpretation. It's very saleable.
Do my best.
Yep. Come on then, crop hold of that. We'll take it away. Marvellous. Thank you.
Safely back at his workshop in Anglesey, Martin begins the process of bringing this battered trunk back to its best.
There we go.
Starting with the torn lock cover.
What I'm going to do now is we're going to cut a piece of leather out to form a new strap on the lock cover. There would have been a strap off the end here, but obviously it's broken, it's been broken through the holes. So I'm going to cut a piece of leather in the same shape as this here, but run a new strap out. Then I'll stitch it along this edge and keep this. I'd rather keep as much of the original as I can. Literally, if I just draw this shape to there, and then round there to there, and run that down there. Follow this curve. There we go. And there you have it. When that sits on top of it, it looks like a strap. What I'll do now is, because we've got a bit of a step there, I'm just going to taper that off slightly. Just slightly chamfer it down so that it'll just blend in a bit more.
After painting with brown dye, Martin uses a strong leather glue to bond the new with the old.
And there how it would have looked like.
It's a good start, but this old trunk is going to take a lot of work to get it. He's busy restoring a battered and torn American frontier trunk.
You're going to line it up with the top there and that side.
The back was missing its leather covering, so Martin has fitted a replacement section of leather that matches the rest of the case.
And pulling and pushing. It's a bit delicate.
And on one side, he's carefully inserted a patch where the leather was worn away.
I'm not attempting to make this repair look invisible. I like to keep it showing. And now we'll bond it. The glue is sitting on top of the leather, and I'll watch you now. I'll clean all this off, literally with my hands.
Having repaired the leather, Martin needs to protect it from the elements. Originally, the exterior of the trunk was covered in a thick coating of pitch, a traditional waterproof product made from coal or pine tar. But it's degraded over time, so Martin is going to recoat it.
I'm going to cover all this with a modern pitch substitute. The added bonus with this, because it's slightly rubberized, is it's flexible. So it won't do what the original pitch and tar does, which is dry hard and crack. What I want to try and do is work it right the way in. It doesn't matter about covering these studs. You can see it's actually soaking it up. The lid here has a lot of tooling embossing on. You can see different patterns. When the paint is dry, I'll be able to re-emboss these lines in.
After 3 coats of pitch substitute, Martin is ready to rework the top, recreating the folk art style markings dealer Drew liked so much.
This is what they call a border tool. It's got a nice flat edge on it, sharp point for you to run up the embossing. Because we're dealing with pitch.
Is gradually turning a corner.
Yeah, a lot more defined now.
But there are a lot more tricks Martin has up in, is reaching the final stages of his restoration of a 19th century American trunk.
Now this is just a good old-fashioned calico linen lining, cotton twill.
The interior contains antique American wallpaper, but the section on the base is beyond repair, so the only option is to cover it up. But he's been careful to keep the wallpaper on the lid on show, as well as the original Brainerd logo that will appeal to buyers. All that remains now is an important finishing touch.
I hoard locks and keys, and these are all old vintage keys, and I just go through them every now and then and just see if we can get one to fit. See, that one goes. That goes round in circles, but nothing happens. No good. There's one that, no, keep on trying.
Restoration complete, it's back to Conwy to show the finished trunk to dealer Drew.
You know, most things become almost scrap before they become important and interesting. This had done that. So I'm looking forward to what he's done.
It's come together well, and I hope Drew appreciates what's gone into it, really. How are you, my man?
I'm all right, thank you. So this is it.
This is the beast.
Finished
Do you remember
article.
this one?
Do the grand unveiling. Wow, beautiful. This surface on the top here is wonderful.
I did an old trick, which you get a heating iron and you run it across the pitch, just redefine all these different...
The missing key.
Look at that.
Really? Very happy with that. Very happy with that.
Now, we haven't taken away the old lining. Underneath here is the old lining.
So are these just panels you put in, or you just
Exactly, just panels I popped on.
I think now it crosses a few boundaries, so it goes into late 19th century folk art, Americana. I can see it going back to the States, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't suppose.
And 450, 500 quid should see this down the road. The important things on it, you've saved. The pattern and surface of the top, these designs and the paper inside.
Exactly,
That's
yeah.
the main things in there that really of interest. So no, it's lovely, mate. Very happy. Thank you very much.